We've got a lot to discuss. We're joined by Professor Philippe Marliere, expert in French politics at University College London. A lot of firsts here. The fact that this has happened so quickly and the fact that the traditional parties have been just completely blown to one side. What do you make of all this?
That's just one thing above all, is that the old system was really finished. It was really crumbling, and I think one needed probably the sort of coming to the forefront of French politics of a newcomer such as Macron to actually activate what we've seen unfolding over our eyes over the past few months, hardly. And essentially, it's the two old parties which have had been dominating French political life over the past 30 years: the Socialist Party on the left and Les Républicains on the right, which have of course suffered and been affected by the rise of Macron. Macron, who, as you say, is trying to combine a little bit of the left, a little bit of the right, or to be more specific, tries to be neither left nor right, and that's really a new proposition in French politics.
Before going forward with whether he'll achieve what he's promised, what do you think about the Front National? What do you make of what they've achieved so far?
That was to be expected, because the presidential election and the legislative elections are elections of a different nature. Presidential election, you vote for one person. It's very personalized. Marine Le Pen, like her father before, always does well there. But a party nationally does always fare less well in the subsequent election, a general election. There's also another factor at play, which is normally once you've got the newly elected president, voters tend to confirm their vote. They want to give a majority to the newly elected president. That's what happened.
So we've got all of his promises. He wants to do quite a lot of big things. His economic reforms, his job reforms. Are people going to be happy with that?
Well, as you see, there's a landslide in the National Assembly. That doesn't translate directly into a massive support across the country. That remains to be seen, whether his economic reform, social reform will be popular. One thing for sure, the unions will oppose this so-called labour law, which he wants to implement quite soon. Also, now he's got a very small but very active left-wing majority in the National Assembly around Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who was fourth in the presidential election, got 11 million votes. So it's a force to be reckoned with. And so there will be some tiny opposition within the National Assembly, but also outside. Let's remember that Hollande also passed with great difficulty a first labour law, with massive opposition in the street. So that could happen again.
Well, he's achieved so much in such a short space of time. We will be very, very interested to see what happens next. Professor Marliere from University College London, thank you very much. And thank you very much also for joining us here on GMT.